Hello, monsters abound here. Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Model Empires and Part 8 of my Wood Elf campaign. There's a lot of Tillians coming over the hill. Fortunately, we do have a nice defensive position across this little causeway. We've got two causeways. Most of the Tillian force is heading for the right causeway. And there we've got Ole Smoky, the ancient treeman. We've got Renown, sorry. And we've got 4 units of Eternal Guard. On the left causeway we've got 3 units of Eternal Guard spread rather thinly. And then our archers are positioned up on the hill and in the centre. And we've got the Dryads held in reserve just in case we need them. So already we're trying to snipe off the general with the Hawk Riders, which is going, you know, pretty good. They do quite a lot of damage. They are quite good at sniping standing targets. His health is going down pretty well. However, there's a lot of infantry heading this direction. They don't have any missile units, or at least not in this army. I think they've got some missile units held in reserve. Maybe they don't. Maybe they've got nothing. I can't remember. However, our ammunition, it's only going to last so long. And Ole Smoky doesn't have any buffs to our ammunition. So we've got to be a little bit careful with what we use it for. Because we've only got 26 shots. And there's a lot of targets. It's a target-rich environment, you could well say. This would be nice. I mean, don't get me wrong. Ole Smoky is he's a top lad. However, he isn't Orion, and I really would like Orion right now. So archers on the hill, raining arrows down on the swordsmen as they approach our line. You can see we're getting some lovely shots off there. The pendulum going off as well. The units that do reach the Eternal Guard have, been cut down quite significantly. So unit cut down to half there. They've taken a bit less damage though. Ole Smoky is now going to wade into combat. Send swordsmen and spearmen flying. He's getting stuck in. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Until you see just the slight difference in numbers arrayed against us. On the left causeway, the Waystalkers, the Deepwood Scouts and the Legolas cosplayers are trying to support the left causeway, which doesn't have the support of the Dryads, the Archers, of Ole Smoky or Renown. So basically, they're just holding for as long as possible, and I'm a little bit concerned that we might not. I mean, there's a lot of. They've got a lot of spearmen. 3,678 to just under 1,000. However, Legolas cosplayers and the Deepwood Scouts are very... I mean, look at this. They're punishing these units with their backs to them. They're getting just absolutely vaporised. On the right causeway, although we are outnumbered, the enemy army is looking a little bit flaky. All of their units have taken significant damage. The Hawk Riders got stuck in... I think they ran out of ammunition, and then accidentally I gave them an attack order and they charged into combat, and then for some reason I couldn't get them out of combat, so they took a lot of damage and then ran away. But they are still okay. They're just pretty much, you know, they'll take some replenishment after battle, assuming we survive. We are starting to run out of ammo. Almost all the units on the top of this hill have run out. And the units on this hill, one of them's run out, the other two, again, looking a little bit... So, basically, we're no longer going to be able to keep up the barrage of arrow fire, and that has been thinning the numbers out. I mean, there's definitely a lot less of them than there was, so that's a win. On the left causeway, our thin green line is looking, well, a lot thinner and a lot redder. However, the Legolas cosplayers, although these are the Deepwood Scouts, Legolas cosplayers and Deepwood Scouts charging into combat, hitting the rear of the swordsman, and the Legolas cosplayers hitting the rear of the pikemen. The Legolas cosplayers, I'm going to be honest, brutal in combat. I mean, it's not surprising. Look at their combat stats there. Weapon strength 60, melee attack 63, melee defense 67. They're actually no slouches. And are racking up the kills, which is just as well because the Eternal Guard are breaking and running. They did take a lot of punishment though, so it's not a massive surprise. On this flank, some Glade Guard who have run out of ammunition have thrown themselves to try and block these unit of pikemen and swordsmen that have tried to launch their attack, and the Elrod's Guard, Glade Guard and the Glade Guard unit are continuing to try and lay down fire on this little blob. Ole Smoky he's done pretty well. 105 kills. You can't. I mean, that's pretty good. If only they hadn't brought 3,678, that would be amazing. However, he does cause terror, and with their numbers severely reduced, they are breaking and running. Just a few still holding on, and we've thrown the Glade Guard that have run out of ammunition against the pikemen. Probably not ideal, but I figured that any, you know, whatever, just go for it. Left causeway, the Glade Guard have come back to the fight, although, yeah, there's not many of them have come back to the fight because there's not many left. Elrod's Glade Guard chasing down. I mean, we've managed to break most of the units. Well, I think we've broken. Yes, I think we've broken all of them, and the rallying Glade Guard chasing them down to make sure they don't rally again. This unit of, you know, Legolas cosplayers, the Deepwood Scouts, and we've got some Val now has come back to the fight. She did run away because she got beaten up, but she has come back to the fight. They're going to try and get around behind these rallying units. Although we do look like we're winning this fight, there are a number of units coming back, rallying, and then throwing themselves back into the melee. And there's not many elves left. However, I don't think they've really got an answer for Ole Smoky there. Who, with his extreme levels of armour, just... I mean, he's basically been tanking about 4 or 5 units the entire battle, and they've only managed to reduce him to about a third of his health. Last few units breaking. You see one unit rallied there and then immediately broke again. And they're shattering. And we've won the battle. There's quite a few of them left though, to be fair. I mean, we did kill a lot of humans. If we look at the huge piles of corpses currently left at our front line, along with some, you know, elf corpses. But yeah, there's a fair few more human corpses there, I think it's fair to say. We're going to try and catch as many as possible. And in come the Glade Guard. I mean, they didn't do it with much enthusiasm, guys. Come on, kill some humans. They're really, really squishy. It's fun. Come on, get into it. Okay, that was a little bit close. But we did win, so there's that. And we did destroy most of their army. And we got an Iron Curse icon for Ole Smoky. That's nice. I think this would have been significantly easier had that been Orion, but still. Let's take the monies, because I kind of want the monies. We've got a Royal Standard Bearer. And the Iron Curse icon. And it looks like the greenskins are actually helping us out a little bit. So thanks, guys. Very, very kind of you. I mean, obviously, we want to hunt you down and butcher you, but thanks for helping out finish off those Tillian forces for us. However, we are going to need a little bit of replenishment. Okay, so let's get back into our own territory to do a little bit of replenishment. I think that will be fine. And then we can encamp. That's going to give us even more. We should be good to go in a couple of turns. They look like they're going to take significantly longer to replenish, so that works for me. We didn't even lose anyone in that fight, even the Moonwings, who got stuck in combat, so that wasn't ideal. The Legolas cosplayers, though, guys, you really pulled that out of the bag. I think they got like 300 something kills. That's pretty good. Okay, now I was going to get the Elven Court. 20% tax rate. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for it. It's going to give us Lord Recruit rank as well, although... yeah, hero recruit rank for Waystalkers. Local recruitment capacity as well. I'm just a little bit... I just don't know. I mean, the casualty replenishment rate faction-wide would be really nice. Come from post-battle loot. Yeah, that unlocks technology. Allows recruitment of... Oh, I guess if we get the Elven Court, we'll get more money, and then we can afford more old better units. So Elven Court, and that's used all our cash. In fact, all but 2 monies we just used up. Still, I think that's going to be well worth it. And everything else. Oh, we need the Grove of the Horse to be upgraded, so we can actually recruit the Glade Riders with Hagbane tips and the Glade Riders, which is, can we recruit these guys? So we do have Wildwood Rangers. I would like at least 2 units of Wildwood Rangers, because those guys, they mess shit up. Could I go and help Carcassonne out, maybe? Skaven seem to be doing quite well against Astilia. Good for them. Oh, hello. Some naughty little greenskins have appeared. Cheeky. Okay, so Confederation there. Orion is back. And Erario, the blacksmith, has a young stag. Good for him. Right, now, unfortunately, we are going to have to replace Ole Smoky. Get Orion back. Where is he? There he is. Yes, you are. We know. We know. Missile damage, missile resist. No, I'm not convinced with that. Reload time reduction might be nice, but maybe we want to buff up your abilities. I do like the fact that you throw spears in people's faces. On the other hand, I do want lightning strike, so I think we're going to go Wonders of the Forest. And we'll just finish that one out. That's income from post-battle loot plus 30%, which is going to be quite nice.
I will not obey.
Now that army is looking pretty beat up. Oh, Dido, you've got a skill point. I think more ammunition, because you ran out in the battle quite quickly, actually, considering. Now, I could potentially... So Valnal isn't healed up. My Eternal Guard are looking a little bit iffy. The Moon Wings, again. Although, otherwise, we're not too bad. I certainly think... Can we take on the garrison as well? Okay, well, my main concern is down here. Well, the garrison... Okay, the garrison down here is a whole bunch of Deepwood Scouts, some Eternal Guard. We've got some Glade Guard, Treekin against Vicious Gobspit, who has 6 Savage Orcs. I'm really not concerned about that. I don't think he's got any kind of chance without taking that garrison on. Okay. So I think we can probably... problem is we can't reach the city itself, and they might run away. I'm going to leave it a turn to heal up, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do. However, Irario is going to... I think we might come over here and help out the Lady of the Lake. Not Lady of the Lake, the Fey Enchantress, that's the one.
What do you need?
So he's going to go on a little trip, learn some new things. He's got a skill point. He's rank 3 as well. I don't want to give him... He's definitely going to get the melee abilities, because he's going to be punching people in the face. But Growth of the Forest is just too good not to have. Where are we? Really? Oh, only treemen can hold this position. Do they not? Maybe it's because he's a custom lord. Because it says only treemen can have this one. Ole Smoky is definitely rank 4. He can't have it. I guess the Elven Council doesn't work with custom lords. That's sod's law. Never mind. Not the end of the world. Okay, Orion is going to just heal up. That's fine. And I wonder if Vicious will attack. If he does, should be able to kill him. And you are attacking, and we can back you up. Oh, I very rarely fight a battle with allies, and I always find it quite entertaining, so we're definitely going to fight this one.
The forest calls. Pull back. Orders understood.
So we've come to support our ally in battle as they try and take the city. You can see Bretonnian siege towers in the distance there. So we're just going to close with the city walls. Columns of Wood Elves march to assist Carcassonne and the Fey Enchantress, led by Blackie the Blacksmith. Well, Iraro the Blacksmith. Anyway, we've also got the Cult of the Blood Queen, who I think they're basically Witch Elves. They're basically Wood Elf Witch Elves. So that's them. They're pretty good in melee. They've got pretty shitty melee defense though, and to be honest, I'm not... Witch Elves are a bit garbage, unfortunately, and I suspect these are probably going to be the same. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll find out. So here comes the Bretonnian army. Carcassonne. It's got a lot... I mean, that is a lot of siege towers. I usually go 4 max. That is... They've got 6 siege towers, and also they've got two battering rams. 2 battering rams for 1 gate, which... I mean, I guess it's always nice to have a backup, can't help but feel that maybe that's too many rams. Just a thought. So the men-at-arms taking some fire. And our Glade Guard are now in range, so they're going to lay down some fire of their own. See, Carcassonne siege towers have reached the walls, and we're going to help by shooting these peasant bowmen and also some of the battle pilgrims. But you can't make an omelette without killing a few men-at-arms. That's the saying. We're going to use the Bretonnian siege towers to get up onto the wall. Up we go. So, jump in, guys. Come on. Orderly queue. So we're going to be assisting on the left side of the city, whereas the main Carcassonne force is hitting the right. Looks like the gates are already down. And the Grail Guardians and Knights Errant first through the gate. On our side of the city, we are up on the walls. And there are the Cult of the Blood Queen, so these are Cain worshippers. And of course, although Dark Elves are the general Cain worshippers, all the elves worship all the elvish gods. So you'll find even Cain worshippers in Ulthuan. Although generally it's sort of frowned upon. So we're helping out a little bit. The Cult of the Blood Queen getting stuck in the kill. 2 so far, 3. That's, I mean, it could be better. And there's Eraro somewhere in there, in that melee. There he is. You can see his little antlers. There he is. So he's getting stuck in as well. To be honest, the Glade Guards seem to be doing most of the work here. And looks like we're going to get a little spell. Yeah, a little lightning bolt from the... Was that from the Fey Enchantress? Could she do Thunderbolt? I don't think she could. Although, to be honest, it did manage to kill quite a few of the Cult of the Blood Queen. So, not sure about them. Might get rid of them. Or maybe just let them die in a battle or something. Anyway, the left side of the city is definitely now under our control. Those units have broken and run. And on the other side, we can see our ally is doing fine, I guess. I mean, they've managed to break through, which I guess works. I'm not sure where most of their units are. Oh, there they are. They're heading for the city centre. Looks like they've broken through. And there is the Fey Enchantress floating around. Little weird that she does that. I mean, I would be creeped out if my general could levitate. So units breaking in the centre. They're shattering. There we go. And we're currently dealing with a paladin. Although he's now breaking and running. We've taken the walls. Probably should stop firing because I think we're only really killing ourselves with friendly fire. So we're going to head for the city centre to help out the Fey Enchantress. Not that she really needs any help because there's no one really here to stop her. Are there any units still hanging around? I don't think... I think pretty much the entire army is broke. I think it's just literally the paladin hasn't shattered yet. So he's taking a little bit of swipage, but he's not shattered, which means the battle is continuing. And there are some units still over here that haven't shattered, although they're being fired on. There's some battle pilgrims. Do they break or do they unbreak? I think they're unbreakable battle pilgrims. It's probably them. They're probably the reason that the battle isn't quite over. The paladin is given an escort, and apparently we're shooting our own Eternal Guard, so they're going to run away. And the paladin is currently covered in arrows. So we've helped out the Fey Enchantress, capture that place. I think we'll kill the captives. And Paravon have been destroyed. That works out quite nicely. And we've got Pathfinder. That gives you a chance of intercepting an army using the underway, beast paths or world routes by 10% and increases leadership by 3 during subterranean intercept battles. Friends help friends, and also it's always quite rare when you actually get to do a ally battle, because generally really, you think you can win this? I mean, okay, I guess we're going to have to fight it, but I don't like your chances, to be honest. The auto-resolve says this is close. I disagree. I think the auto-resolve has sustained a head injury, to be honest. It seems to be all over the fucking place. So we've got Vicious Gobspit and his Savage Orcs, who are basically orcs in loincloths. Carrying clubs. That's pretty much it. And up on the hill over here, we've got a few units. The Garrison Dryads, Eternal Guard. We've got the Treekins. The Treekin are a very, very defensive unit. High health, good physical resistance, lots of armour, and some good melee defence as well. So they're a monstrous infantry unit that is a very defensive one. They're holding the centre, then more Eternal Guard, more Dryads, and then we've got some Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts in the back. And then over on the left flank, 3 units of Deepwood Scouts hidden deep in the woods. Savage Orcs trying to climb the hill and taking fire while doing it. Now, the Starfire Shafts do magical and fire damage. The Savage Orcs have physical resistance, but that only works against non-magical attacks. So these arrows are going to be doing a lot of damage to them, especially because obviously they have no shields. So charging up the hill. The Deepwood Scouts are opening fire as well. Unlike the Waystalker, not the Waystalker, it's the Waywatchers. Unlike the Waywatchers, they can't remain hidden while firing, unfortunately. But that doesn't really matter because the Savage Orcs are heading straight for the Dryads. Savage Orcs slowly charging up the hill. They're going to hit the Eternal Guard. They should be fine. Our Deepwood Scouts firing wildly into the flank of the Savage Orcs. I was worried there for a second that they were going to go charging into the Deepwood Scouts, but fortunately they don't. And the Savage Orcs are very much going to pay for that decision. Further on down the hill you can see there's Vicious Gobspit currently fighting the Glade Guard. The Treekin have bunched up, well, they've kind of split in 2 directions. One has gone after the units attacking the Eternal Guard, and one has gone and hit the Savage Orcs in the flank. However, so far so good, we are holding, and the Deepwood Scouts are doing horrendous damage on our left flank. You can see a lot of dead orcs lying there with arrows. That's going to give the Dryads time to go flanking straight into the side of Vicious Gobspit, and the Deepwood Scouts can then come out of the forest and start heading down the line. Obviously we're going to have some units come back to the fight, so the Deepwood Scouts are going to have to be careful about that. You know, when they said we are tireless, I was going to call them out on that and say they were tired, but they're not. They're actually fresh, so fair play to them. They are indeed tireless. Deepwood Scouts have spotted some Savage Orcs coming up the hill, and a lot of them are no longer coming up the hill. They're currently bleeding to death on the ground, so that's fine. And there's some more Savage Orcs trying to climb up this side of the hill, and once again, they are no longer trying. There we go. Oh, they're actually going to... They're actually going to get in amongst us, or are they going to break? Jeez, oh no, there we go, they have broken. So we still have a big blob over on this side. Deepwood scouts, however, are in a good position to open fire, and these Savage Orcs are not going to stick around for very long. Well, that went about as well for you as expected, and because obviously we'll just take the cash, thanks very much. Yep, off you go, toodles. Don't come back. Ugh, more orcs? Gee. I'm hoping that the Skaven can take out Bill Bailey. Okay, Amara the Blacksmith has got Waystalk. Yeah, well, we knew about that, didn't we? And Paravon are dead, and we can head back to King's Glade. Can we? Or can't we? Doesn't look like we can actually reach King's Glade. Okay, well, I guess just go nearby. There's not darkness in me. Jerk. Okay, so I think we can probably... I mean, this army has taken quite a lot of damage. These crossbowmen are going to be a bit of a... Well, are they? Because we can just shoot them. No, that's going to be fine. That's going to be absolutely fine. The top knots I'm a little bit worried about. They've got Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins. However, they don't have much... very little armour, no shields. So... should be, theoretically, fairly easy to shoot to death. Could be a thing. I'm a little bit worried about where they're going. Who are they at war with?
The chopper is in my hand, so I can smack you when you say something I don't like.
Well, thanks very much for that, Mash. You're actually at war with the Skull Takers. So I wonder if you're hunting Vicious Gobspit over here. I mean, if so, that's good. That works for me. I'm more than happy with that. Money-wise, we don't have a lot of money coming in, but that's because Araro went outside. Athol Oren, that's going to cost us more money. Okay, so I think we're going to take on Ugo Bruno. Uggo Bruno. Uggo? Is that a nickname or... well, whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, the important thing is we're going to kill you, but it's going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.